Being able to be gentle with myself is strong because that's the hardest part to do. It's hard to be gentle to yourself. It's hard to give yourself grace because we always want to live up to certain expectations, whether those are the expectations that we receive from others or the expectations that we place on ourselves or where we think we should be in life. But being able to be gentle with yourself, be like, yo, it's cool. You got it. Let's reset. Start tomorrow. You'll be all right. That's the hardest part. So there's tremendous strength in that and understanding that I just ain't got it today. But I'm putting myself on pause at this particular moment so I can show up better tomorrow. My name is Rwenshaun Miller. I'm the founder and executive director of Eustress, Inc., which is a nonprofit to raise mental health awareness in Black and brown communities in North Carolina. And I'm also a psychotherapist. Eustress is the nonprofit that I created back in 2013 to raise awareness in Black and brown communities specifically because we don't talk about these issues enough. But then also being able to provide them with the resources to do day-to-day things to take care of yourself. And also give away scholarships to Black men that are actually pursuing their degree and become counselors, because I know we don't have enough Black men in the field. But then also we're able to do subsidized therapy sessions for individuals. Last year alone, we did 1,400 therapy sessions. And that's in conjunction with my private practice, the Eustress Company. 11 therapists now work underneath my umbrella, and we serve the community when it comes down to addressing issues like schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, anxiety, depression. I would sum up my work and focus simply by my motto, be who you needed when you were younger. And that comes down to understanding the things that I needed when I was an 18, 19-year-old, being diagnosed with bipolar disorder, but then also scared to go to the hospital. And understanding that I felt like I couldn't talk about the different issues that I had going on, so I needed someone that I felt comfortable with, but then also someone to point me in the right direction of what treatment would look like for me. Getting help with bipolar disorder started my sophomore year in college. And I was playing football and running track at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Suffered a knee injury, and that's when things started to spiral for me. And it was in a very dark place. My family showed up. They said, well, if you're not gonna tell us what's going on, we're gonna take you somewhere where you're gonna get help. And they literally drugged me to the hospital. In the hospital, that's where I received my diagnosis. I didn't know what bipolar was. I mean, honestly, I didn't want to listen to the doctor because he didn't look like me. And nobody in the facility looked like me. So I didn't trust anybody that was there, especially being a Black man in America and having people that look like me being test subjects for medical experiments. The historical background, especially within this country, plays a huge role as far as why people don't access the treatment that is available to them. Black men face so many challenges when it comes down to addressing their own mental health challenges because of the fact that we're not conditioned to be emotional beings. We feel like we shouldn't cry. We feel like we shouldn't feel sad. But then also we just had to continue to just put on different masks. If I share with you my story, I'm opening up to you. A lot of times vulnerability is met with vulnerability. So that's when I started to realize, once I was able to share, especially even with my close friends, what I had going on, my 7-year battle of keeping bipolar disorder to myself, and my suicide attempts and all of those things. And when I shared with them, they were like, well, why didn't you tell us so that we could help? That was a game changer for me. And understanding that there's so many other people that don't have that support that I had, so I need to be that support for them. Men being able to be more gentle with themselves allows them to be open to receiving, for one. And when you're open to be able to receive, that also brings in the community aspect, right? That allows that genuine connection with other people. Then also that allows you to give that gentleness to other people, because men are not expected to be nurturers. But a lot of times we actually need that nurturing side as well, especially from males to males, to be able to be vulnerable. That gentleness and that grace can go a very long way, because then you don't put yourself under so much pressure to live up to a standard that toxic masculinity or society tells you should lend to. Sometimes you need to be hugged. Sometimes you need to cry. You need that release. You know, you need those particular things to feel better. But you're a person, and that's okay. It comes down to the point of finding common ground. We're all human. Even though we come in different shapes, sizes, and colors, we're all human at the end of the day. You know, that makes a huge difference to understand the healing aspect of it. That's where a lot of it comes down from. Instead of being divisive, we might as well come together. To me, being a beautiful person means to love yourself. But to love yourself, that means you have to give yourself an opportunity to know who you are. Despite what other people may think, despite what other people may say you should be doing, what you ought to be doing, no, give yourself the opportunity to learn what is it that you want to do. And then once you're able to love yourself, then you'll start to radiate so many different things, and you'll inspire other people to be who they are. That's what makes you beautiful.